Welcome back. Let's find the volume of a few spheres. In number one, we have a sphere that has the distance all the way across. The diameter is 18. So the diameter is 18, which means the radius would be half of that, and that's 9. The volume formula for a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, or 4 pi r cubed over 3. You could write it that way. It doesn't really matter. They both mean the same thing, but some people feel more comfortable one way than the other. One way more than the other. Well, I'll actually use this one. For pi, we're going to use 3.14. Radius cubed, well, radius is 9, so this is 9 to the third power. And then divided by 3. 4 times 3.14 times 9 cubed, and then divided by 3. I get 3,052.08. This will be units cubed. And that's perfectly fine. It's a decimal answer, and many of the times you're doing the calculation, that's going to be satisfactory. But sometimes they're going to ask you to give your answer in terms of pi. Now what that means is right here, instead of putting in a 3.14, we're actually going to leave the pi symbol there, and then we'll multiply everything else out the way we normally would. So 4 times 9 cubed divided by 3 is 972, and the pi symbol is still there. In terms of pi means the pi symbol needs to be in the answer, and units cubed. Now sometimes in terms of pi they'll use this word, exact. It doesn't mean that this answer is unable to be rounded. What it means is you did not use an approximated value of pi. You kept the entire exact value of pi. Example number 2 is half of a sphere called a hemisphere. In this problem, the diameter is given as 22, which means the radius is 11. Now, half of a sphere cannot have the volume of an entire sphere, which is what this formula gives us. So what we're going to have to do with this is divide it by 2 when we're done. So let's adjust the formula. We would have the original 4 pi r cubed over 3, and then we would divide all of that by 2 since we only have half of a sphere. Let's put our values in. 4 pi. Now we can do this in terms of pi or with 3.14, which is what I'm going to do. And then r to the third power will be 11 to the third power divided by 3. And then I'm going to put this a different way. It doesn't really matter, it's up to you, but I'm going to do this just for the demonstration here. Divided by 2. So I want to get this answer and then divide that by 2. So 4 times 3.14 times 11 cubed divided by 3 is 5,572.45, and then there's a repeating 3, and I'm going to divide this by 2. I'm just going to type straight in from this last answer, divided by 2. I didn't round that answer or anything. I just used what was on the screen. So I get 2,786 point. Now I'm going to have to choose some place to round this. I'll round this at the nearest tenth. So I have 2 and then another 2. That second 2 makes the first one stay the same. And this will be units cubed. And you can see my values on screen there. See you next time.